And welcome to the Good Witch Sagittarius June 2021 Intuitive Tarot Reading live. So, as I've been saying, we're doing something a little bit different. We're trying to do the monthly readings live now. Not trying, it's exactly what we're doing. If it works, we'll do it this way next month and I will actually schedule them so you guys can be on. Let me know in the comments below because I'm still going to post the video if you think this is a good idea and you would like to come on and you can like go live and we can kind of interact a little bit while I do the reading. Okay? I think it'll work out well. So, Sagittarius, we're going to look at your love, your finances, and the message from the divine. All things work together, all things go and flow. So while I was shuffling your cards, and yes, I'm constantly shuffling typically, but while I was getting ready to do the Sagittarius reading, the song that came to mind was Love by Music Soul Child. There's so many things I have to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how, because there's a possibility that you'll look at me differently. So your overall energy for your love reading is listen. Sagittarius, you need to listen. Somebody's trying to tell you something, but they're not telling you because they're afraid of how you're going to react to it. And this is single in a relationship or not. They want to tell you something. They have the secret. They have a secret they want to share with you, but you have to listen. And they won't tell you because they're afraid that you'll look at them differently. Even though true, you're not a judgy person, but you do have your own thoughts and ideas of how things are going to work if they are to be successful. And you don't want to fight, and this person does not want to fight with you. Your person actually feels like you're holding them back a little bit. Not because you're not good enough or anything like that, but because you're possessive with them if you're in a relationship. And some of you, this is you with your friend or someone who you don't have a title for. But you're pressuring them, you're being too possessive, and it's going to cause a rift in your relationship. They just want you to listen. They love you and they love being around you, and they love all the advice you give and all of the help that you give, but you're smothercating them. And if you don't listen to them and what they have to say, you're going to be very disappointed in this outcome because they will leave. Dang. Okay. So, looking at you don't want a new beginning. You do want to make this work. In hindsight, you'll wish you had made this work because this person isn't a horrible person. They may not be perfect for you, but you're tired of looking, it seems like. So, for those of you who are not tired of looking, who want to continue to search for their perfect person, I would say let this shit go and let them go on and be happy with someone else. But for those of you who are tired of looking and you don't want anything else, it can work. It won't be your forever perfect visualization of love. But you know, I don't tell you what to do, I just give you your options. But this person is never going to be your ideal person. Now, if you are single, single Sagittarius are going to be single for a little while. You'll have a series of new beginnings with new people and new love interests and new fun and all great things and parties, and not even necessarily parties, but outings and being with this person. And you'll have that getting to know you phase a couple more times. You'll have the getting to know phase quite a few more times. But it's okay because you enjoy that phase. Because it feels so damn good every time, and you're not tolerating things that you don't want. And you're not going to let people stay in your life who don't belong there, and nor should you. That would be, the singles would be the same thing for our Sagittarius who are not done looking, who are not wanting to just be okay and settle with where they are. And if that is you, that's not a judgment statement. Okay? Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment and love. Sagittarius, I'm seeing that you need a new or better Work-life balance. When I'm looking at your finances, some of you are playing too much and not working enough. Some of you are working too much and not playing enough. And balance doesn't mean 50-50 in this case. Balance means it's not falling over. You have just enough of both. So having none of both, having none of one and none of the other, neither is good. If you work too much and you have no love life, no personal life, no friends life, you're not taking care of your health. That's not good. If it's the other way around and you're so full of taking care of your friends, your loved ones, building relationships and bonds, but you're not focusing on your tomorrow. No, we're not promised tomorrow, but you don't want to be standing in the rain if it just so happened to show up. So you want to pay attention to that and monitor that and gain that balance in your love life and your work life. Don't be sorry for outgrowing people. And don't let anyone interfere in your growth. Especially this month, I see you growing and are getting ready to grow, doors being opened for you, but you don't want to walk through them because you're afraid of leaving someone behind or multiple people behind, and it's interfering with you, and you can't have that fear. Like I said, your person probably thinks you're controlling them too much anyway or being a little bit too possessive. So going through the door is a good thing. You won't leave them behind. They'll catch up. You don't have to worry about that. They're not trying to interfere in your growth. It's not them holding you back. It's you holding you back because you don't want to lose them or leave them. You are ready to make the change. You didn't feel like you were ready to make the big changes that you were thinking that you were thinking about making. Everything is behind you to make this change. You struck out a couple of times. This time you won't. If you go out on a limb by August, you'll be in a very different, by August, this time August 15th, you will be in a very, very different place financially if you go ahead and invest and take the leap into things that you know you need to take. If you make the changes that you've been thinking about making, I would want to be very specific, but since this is alive and it's going to be a post, I won't get that specific. But now if you're thinking about doing it, it's the time to do it, and you'll be in a completely different, better financial place by August 15th by maintaining that work-life balance. And remember, like I said, balance in this case is not 50-50. It's what works, what keeps you steady. But you have to have both. Because when you're not having your love life and you're not having your life outside of work, your work is affected by it. It's less creative. It's less vibrant. You put less into it, even though you're giving more time to it. You put less energy into it because you haven't been around to build up enough of that passion that you need to be able to explode onto the things that you're doing. Now, Spirit is telling me to tell you guys, my Sagittarius, please reconsider some of the decisions that you're making in regards to love of like a Capricorn specifically. A Capricorn and an Aquarius. Be very cautious in walking away from these two signs right now, because they will be very, very beneficial to you in the long run. And they have a vindictive streak that you really don't want to mess with right now. You got too much other shit going on to be worried about their vindictive streak. You're in the process of growth, so just handle them gently. And if you are going to cut them off, they don't have to know it verbally. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Because it's not even that they're passionate about you. They just really want to possess you, and they like being in control. And you're not the type that likes to be controlled like that. But they make it difficult for you to walk away. So you are going to just back away slowly if you want that to benefit you most, okay? Love again, Sagittarius. There's so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. Okay, so the person that is feeling this love, love, love for you, they don't know how to tell you because they don't want you to see them differently, is someone who you have possibly had, not possibly, is someone who you've had this on and off, in and out relationship with. It's a reason for that. They have some issues that they want to tell you about that they're afraid you're going to judge them for. Someone that's going to watch this is dealing with a man that was molested as a child, and he's not telling you why he's having intimacy issues, and he's not telling you why he does things. You got to pay attention to that. Some of you are dealing with women that have really bad mommy issues, like abandonment abuse issues from home, and it's causing them to treat you differently and to push you away. And you're thinking that it's because of something that you're doing, but it's not. It's truly their internal struggle. And they are so ashamed of that internal struggle that it's pulling them away from you because they don't know how to tell you, and they feel like they're getting too close to you for them not to tell you. They don't want you to see them as weak. And you don't want to be seen as weak either. Like, you're listening to them and you want to express to them how you understand, and that you understand because you've been through these things, but neither one of you are letting that guard down. Can you look if a Scorpio is deceptive about a Sagittarius? Yes. But neither one of you are letting your guard down right now. And it's all it's going to do is cause calamity. You have to let your guard down with your person. Somebody in the comments, and yeah, I think the lives will be fun. I do think that once people find out that I'm doing them, they're gonna like become a little bit too extensive. But let's see. Scorpios and Sagittariuses. What's the nature of the relationship between Scorpios and Sagittarius? Is this one? Okay. So things with the Scorpio and Sagittarius, the energy there this month is things are happening rather quickly. Your Scorpio is very, very passionate. Little white lies, but not any really big ones, but they are fighting off emotions. Some of them will be fighting off emotions for you, and some of them will be fighting off emotions for someone else. For you, in this case, our live person, I can't find your comment, but I don't know how to work the thing yet. I just haven't took the time to learn it. But you guys have issues, but it's also because they're pushing off emotions for you. They feel differently about you than they're telling you. That's the biggest deception. It's not that they're lying about being with someone else. They're lying about their emotions. They're hiding their emotions more so than their actions. But you have to be careful with that because that eventually will lead to an action. They do have someone that's looking at them that they haven't really acted on. They're not feeling like they want to, but they have to be able to be very open and honest with you. Like we were talking about earlier, they're probably telling you something that you're not listening to because they're not using the appropriate words. The Scorpio is involved with the Cancer, but cheat with me. Yeah. He probably had, if that's the case, that person has more feelings for you than they're allowing themselves to feel or allowing themselves to be honest about. So it's not necessarily their actions that they're lying about, it's their emotions. So let's be aware of who people are and trust them to be exactly who they say they are, okay? But you're going to listen. The rest of this month, you're going to create a good work-life balance. And you're going to make sure that you're cautious about Capricorns and Aquariuses. I ain't never seen that in the wild. What haven't you seen in the wild? I am great today. I ain't never seen at the wild. I'm not sure what that means, love, but thank you. Y'all, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment in love. Um, Thank you so much for being a part of my life. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of yours. Peace from the Good Witch.